Welcome to this section of our course. In this section, we are going to talk about hardware and operating system. We will also talk about various compute options that we have available in our AWS environment. So let's get on to this section. So AWS supported hardware and software. There are lots of AMIs that AWS supports. They come up with lots of machine images, and while you go for the options, you have Red Hat, SUSE Linux, and then you have Ubuntu, you have Amazon Linux. There are lots of options that are available. You have Windows machines also available. In terms of multi-core processing, VMs are concerned. There are lots of options. You have T2, T1, T2, M1, M2, M3. There are lots of memory optimized, compute optimized options which are available. However, for the purpose of our discussion, we are going to just look at the various options that we have for our AWS cloud computing for big data. So if we have to look for the various services that are available for computing, we will move on to our AWS EC2. It is called Amazon Compute Cloud, which is a web service that provides secure, resizable compute capacity over the cloud. It is elastic web scale computing, which means that you can spin up as many number of compute machines you want, and you can make changes in their compute and memory as in when you require. You have lots of options for the payment. You have on demand, you have upfront payment for reserved instance. You have lots of options that are available. You have in these EC2 instance integrated with almost all the AWS services, be it S3, be it auto scaling, be it any other services that we have spoken so far. So elastic compute cloud is seamlessly integrated with all the AWS services. You have got complete control over your compute instance. Whichever type of EC2 instance you spin, you have full control over your machine. Even you've got root access as well, so you can get full control over it. You can customize your access using private keys. You can have IAMs roles. You can have IAM user IDs created in order to just access to these EC2 resources. You can actually create lots of groups and other controlling environment in order to make sure that not anybody or anybody should be able to spin up heavy compute engines in order to just utilize them. So you have lots of option in terms of spinning up EC2 instances. Of course, it is flexible, as I mentioned earlier, that you can always go ahead and make changes in the compute environment of the existing machine that you have spun up from the AWS infrastructure. And then you have inexpensive, because the compute machines like T1 micro or T2 micro, they are very inexpensive. They are and as in when the need arises, you can increase their compute as well as the memory, and they can scale as per the need. It is easy to start, stop, and integrate, and you can always access these machines using command line interface, APIs, and SDKs. As I mentioned, it is very much secured with all possible threats, be it physical or be it virtual. You can create lots of security groups and firewalls around it, so that not many people or not unwanted people can have a look at it. Or you can also create your own virtual private cloud, where you can define all the policies and parameters in order to safeguard your EC2 instances. So if we have to dig more on the EC2 part, we can look for more of the benefits that we have. So as I said, it is a web scale computing, integrated, reliable, and secure, and flexible cloud hosting service that AWS provided. So you have the choice of multiple instances types, operating systems, and software packages. Amazon EC2 allows you to select a configuration of memory, CPU, instance storage, and the boot partition size that is optimal for your choice of operating system and application. You can also use Amazon suggested EC2 instance. You can have a pre-built AMIs. From there you can spin new instances for your usage. There are lots of marketplace options available, wherein lots of softwares and service providers, they have come up with their own version of EC2 AMI images, which you can utilize while you are trying to access or use their applications. So in a way, EC2 is one of the basic service from AWS, and it has come a long way now, and it has matured a lot. So lots of other services are compatible with it, like CloudTrail, or let's say CloudFormation, or you name it. Most of the services, or like let's say RDS. So RDS is also making use of an EC2 instance from behind, and all those things are really so exciting to use, because when you look at the overall architecture, you do not have to worry about the management of these compute machines. Everything from behind has been taken care by AWS. All you have to do is to take care of your patching, or you have to take care of your applications that you are running on top of these instances. So in a way, these are really good services in terms of compute. And since also auto scaling is also compatible with it, so we'll see in the future how while spinning up a Hadoop cluster, we will make use of lots of EC2 options, wherein we are going to spin up more instances when we require to run some batch jobs, or when we need to have some more compute requirement. So all these things and many more things that are going to come up, which are directly related to EC2 and S3, and we'll see all these things in our upcoming lectures. Hopefully this short lecture on EC2 was informative for you. So we'll see you in the next lecture. Thanks.